So I went to this one resource center, and I parked in the parking lot, and then I walked in the door, and there were some people working in there getting ready for lunch because they serve meals and they give out clothes. And I said, hey, I just was looking for more information. And one of the workers came over and started talking to me. He was super cool and really nice. He seemed kind of young, like college student age. And he explained a lot of the stuff to me. But while he was talking to me, his manager came over and he's like, oh, she can tell you more. And she goes, well, if you need any information, you can get it on our website. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I do better like doing like a verbal thing. Like reading takes me a long time to like get all the information. If I just talk to somebody, I get it a lot faster, and I'm just like helping people who are homeless. And she goes, well, I have nothing else to say to you. Anything you need is on our site. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just keep talking to him then. And she like glares at me, and I was like, sorry. He was doing a great job talking to me for like 5 minutes. So he keeps telling me about their meal schedule and like what it's like and where they sit and what kind of foods and how they can do like bag lunches and where they can get clothes and stuff like that. And he was like telling me like the typical numbers and just like questions that I have so I can kind of understand the situation. And then I like took a picture of the schedule that's on the door, and then I was taking a picture of like what places that they deliver meals to, because they also deliver to a few places. And the manager lady flipped out, and she started yelling at me like, how dare you take pictures in here? Why do you think you can have your camera out? Blah, blah. And I was like, I was just shocked. I was like, oh, okay. And so then I like didn't take my camera, but I like started writing just like on my notes so that I could like write down the things that I was not allowed to photograph, public information. I apparently can't take a picture inside her shelter, her resource center. So anyway, and she was so rude, and she just stood there with her hands on her hips staring at me as I'm writing down this information on the schedule on my phone, and I'm just like, what is happening? So then she walks away and comes back with 3 huge dudes, and this is where I'm going to try to keep my calm, because this is when these 4 of them, the 3 men and this woman, come back and stand around me and start asking me questions and telling me I shouldn't be there and that I should leave. And I was like, I just started crying. I just like started just tears rolling down my face, and I was like shaking as I'm just writing on my notes on my phone, writing down the schedule, the hours, like the things he had told me about meals. And they're just like, then one of the other guys is like, so what are you doing here? Why are you here? And I was just like, I'm getting information to help people. What are you doing here? And he goes, well, I'm the manager. I've worked here for over a year, and this is what I do. And I was like, okay. Like, great. Glad we got that settled. Like, can you? And he said something like, what can I do for you? And I was like, well, you can hopefully not make me cry like she has. Like, I am standing here sobbing, like tears rolling down my face, shoulders are shaking. I am just like doing my thing, being interrogated, asking me what I'm doing. I'm just like, why? Why are you treating me like this? Like, I can imagine things like, oh, maybe blah, blah, blah. Maybe they thought I was like an auditor or something. I don't know. Maybe they thought I was like competition. But it doesn't matter why. Like, what matters is that they were so rude. And even as I'm sitting there crying, and it takes a lot to make me cry, they're still being like, well, why are you here? Go away. And I'm just like, this is devastating. Like, not only is it so, like, rude, but it's devastating to know that they would treat me that way when I am not in need of their resources. I'm just trying to help people to access them who do need them. So if they're willing to treat me like that, how are they treating the people who go there looking for resources? That's what I'm most concerned about, and that is why I was crying too. Like, how can you talk to me like this? And how can you talk to anyone like this? And are you talking to my homeless people like this when they come in? Are you telling them, what are you doing here? Why? Blah, blah, blah. Like, surrounding them with 3 huge dudes, and this lady who's like the rudest lady I've ever seen, working in a place where you should be nice. You should be nice. Like, that is why I'm concerned. And that's why I keep going back, because even if they're going to do that, I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep letting them make me cry, and I'm going to just keep finding out what I need to find out, and I'm going to go ahead and change it. I'm going to make it so that this is not how it happens, so that this is not how people are treated if they go to get resources or get information about resources. That should not happen.